People are capable of making emotional bonds stronger than steel, whether it's in friendship or in families, or maybe even romantically. But what if that bond is broken by something so little, yet so powerful? I'm Mr. Hughes, and welcome to the Crackheads podcast, where we share stories of the ghosted and find resolutions for their wounds. Yesterday, we found out about the story of the crackpot. So, for our following episodes, we will be having a question of the day. This question of the day will be seeking to answer internal problems that we ourselves experience that relates to the following story. So, our question for today is, what does the story teach us about accepting imperfections? So, by the end of the episode, we will be finding out how that question is answered. So, one individual in particular has approached the Crackheads podcast in order to share her story. Let's call her by the name of Casey. So, we'll be calling her for now. Hello? Hello, Casey. Welcome to the Crackheads podcast. How are you feeling today?
I don't get it. They're constantly making these little digs. Every time I get a promotion, or post about a trip, or even just wear something new, it's like Roma has to point out the flaw and Shasta has to be strangely silent. It's so clear they're just jealous. They're growing apart from me because they can't handle my success.
I see and empathize with what you're going on through right now, Casey. And I understand that things might be hard for you. So, what I did is I also invited some of your friends in order to give you a bit more clarification. So, let us call them onto the studio. Hello, are these Shasta and Roma, Casey's friends? Can you please share us about your own experiences with Casey as a friend?
We're here because we miss you. We haven't had a proper, honest conversation in months.
She's right. You've been pulling away every time you suggest something. It's a short, busy, or I can't make it. What gives?
What gives is that I feel like we're growing apart, and I don't think it's coming from my side, honestly.
Krystel, don't say that. We're still your friends.
Are we? It feels like every time something good happens to me, my promotion, finally getting that apartment, the energy shifts. It's always an awkward silence, a backhanded compliment, or suddenly you guys are too busy for a congratulatory drink.
Seriously? You think we're jealous of you?
I think maybe seeing me succeed make you both confront something in your own lives that maybe there's a little bit of envy or some insecurity that's driving a wedge. It feels like you're waiting for me to fail so we can go back to being equally stuck.
Wow, Krystel, that is a really unfair thing to say.
It's how I feel. It's the only explanation for why you guys seem so cold lately.
Okay, let's talk about that promotion you mentioned. We tried to throw you a small party, remember?
Yeah, I said I was busy.
No, you didn't say you were busy. You said, and I quote, "Don't bother, I'm moving on to bigger things now." You wouldn't understand the guest list.
That was a joke. I was just excited.
Krystel, the apartment you got, we showed up with housewarming gifts, a nice bottle of wine, a handmade cutting board. You barely let us pass the door. Didn't even offer us a glass of water. We just kept talking about how much it cost and how exclusive the building was.
I was stressed about unpacking.
No, you were acting like you were better than us, and that's been happening for 2 years. You talk at us, not to us. You fish for compliments. You measure your life against ours, and you only seem happy when the scale tips your way.
I I remember that. I didn't realize I sounded like that.
We weren't quiet because we were jealous of your success, Krystel. We were quiet because we felt like we couldn't share ours with you anymore, without it becoming a competition. We were quiet because we were hurt by how you were changing.
We were worried for you, honesty. It was like you suddenly had to prove you were the best, the most successful, the furthest along, and we were just bystanders.
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
I see it now. I've been so focused on proving myself to everyone, maybe mostly to myself, that I projected all my own stuff onto you guys. The insecurity, the feeling of needing to be more. That was mine.
We know.
I always felt like I was the one lagging behind. Remember? When we were younger, you guys always had the confidence, the smooth talking, the better grades, and when I finally started getting ahead, I think I was so afraid of slipping back into that old feeling that I wore my success like armor, and I started looking for signs that you were trying to tear it down.
This program is brought to you by Snow White, ang pambansang sabon ng bawat Pilipino. The newest secret weapon for a brighter future. With just one wipe, your skin will become brighter than your neighbor's conscience. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor. Or not. But remember, your insecurities are not your enemies. They're your friends. Your strength to accept that you are more than enough. You do not need to change who you are and what you look, because you should be confidently beautiful with the heart.
You thought our quietness was jealousy.
No, I needed it to be jealousy. Because if it was jealousy, then I was the successful one and you were the small ones. And if I was the successful one, then I didn't have to face the fact that I was still the insecure kid from high school. I was so blind. I'm the one who was jealous from the ease you both seemed to have.
We were never competing with you, Krystel. We just wanted to celebrate you.
I know. I'm so sorry. I've been a terrible friend. I let my own fear convince me that my best friends were my enemies.
We're still here. That's why we're having this conversation.
Can we try to fix this? Can we go back to being friends who actually see each other?
Absolutely, but we're going to need to hear a lot less about exclusive guest lists.
Deal. And I promise to actually let you inside the apartment next time.
With that realization, Casey, I hope you're doing alright, and I hope you'll find your own resolution. So, what we have learned from their experiences is that accepting imperfections is the most important thing in order to keep relationships intact. Because sometimes being envious and wanting to seek more can become a hurdle in a close relationship or bond. Because nobody of us is really perfect. Sometimes we have our own imperfections, and that's alright. Sometimes we can still improve even despite these imperfections, and sometimes it is just the way it is, and we just need to accept a little more. Sometimes people have qualities that we don't, sometimes they have qualities They don't have qualities that we do. So, our best bet is to accept ourselves the way we are and be happy so that we can continue to live on in a peaceful life along with our friends, our families, and our loved ones. Thank you so much and see you in the next episode.